Okay, let's start in a sitting position, just sitting in some comfortable position for you with a nice tall spine. You sit too, miss. It's a nice tall spine. I invite you to close your eyes and bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And let's take a few deep breaths here. So just slowing down the pace and landing in your yoga space. As you take a deep breath in, notice your chest and your belly rise. And as you breathe out, notice it fall. So our theme for today is optimism. If we're optimistic and positive, we will lift our vibrations. And it also helps others to lift their vibrations. They say optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will come to you. And they also say that life is not always a matter of holding a good hand of cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well. So as you move through your yoga practice today, thinking about playing your hand as well as possible, being optimistic and raising your vibration. Let's take 4 more long, deep breaths here. And then slowly open your eyes, rolling your shoulders back. And then bringing them forward. And let's stretch through the left side of our body. Place the right hand on the ground. Raise the left hand over your head and take it to the side. Inhale to center. And then exhale to the other side. That's it. We're just going from side to side. Notice your spine. It might be creaking a little bit with the coolness of the temperature. And let's do some stretches for our neck. So we're going to nod our chin into our chest and notice the stretch up the back of the neck. And then inhale, lift up, gazing towards the ceiling and stretching through the front of the neck. And then exhale, nod your chin in again and give that a nice stretch. And inhale, lift your gaze. And bring the right hand over your head, dropping the left shoulder slightly and drawing the head towards the right side, connecting with the stretch down the left side of the neck. And then changing to the other side. And then back to the first side. And the second side. Let's come into tabletop next. So we're opening up our palms and pressing them into the mat. And let's draw a circle with our body. Just getting some gentle movement into the shoulders and the hips. And then take it to the other direction. Then place the fingertips so they're facing the outside of the mat. And take it in that circle. Feeling a nice stretch through the wrist area. And then point one finger back towards your knee. And the other one, leave it as it is. And a little bit more stretching. And then change it to the other side. So one finger back, the other fingers forward. And just move that in a circle. Just warming up the wrists. And then if you find it comfortable, you can place both fingers pointing back towards the body and just gentle movement. And then bring your fingers back forward again. Let's do a couple of cat-cows to warm up our spine. As we inhale, we lift our chest, raise our gaze, coming into a nice curve in the spine. And then exhale, lift the spine up towards the ceiling and nod your chin into your chest and feel that nice stretch down the back of the neck and shoulders. And then inhale back up again. And exhale. Just keep moving through that, using your own breath to initiate the movement. And notice the spine. Just notice if you've got any tight areas in the lower back or the shoulders. And then taking your knees out wide and bringing your buttocks down to your heels. Walk your hands a little forward and bring your forehead down towards the mat. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Each time you exhale, allow your forehead to come a little closer to the mat and connect with the stretch through the lower back, the hips and the shoulders. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then coming back up to tabletop. If you've got socks on, you might want to take them off now so you don't slip. Let's tuck our toes under and in. As we exhale, lift up through the hips, pressing our heels down towards the mat. And just come back to our theme of our practice around optimism. Paddling one knee forward and the other, bringing your heels down towards the mat. Feeling that nice stretch through the back of the legs, the calves, and the Achilles and underneath the foot. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then bring your knees down to the mat. We'll do a little flow here. As we exhale, we'll exhale into child's pose. And as we inhale, we'll slide our hands forward, bring our chest forward, and come into upward dog. So exhale back to child. And then inhale to upward dog. You can have your knees on the ground, or you can bring your knees off the ground. It's a little bit more stronger pose. Let's take a couple more rounds here. And then coming back to tabletop. This time we'll take the flow a little bigger. We'll go from downward dog to upward dog. So tucking the toes under. As you exhale, lift up the hips, pressing the heels back into downward dog. And then inhale, bring your chest forward and coming up into upward dog. You can have your knees off the ground or on the ground, just depending on how you feel today. So let's flow through that a few more times. So gradually warming up our body. And then coming back to tabletop. And from here, we'll take our left foot next to our left hand into lizard. Slide the right knee back a little bit. Feeling that nice stretch through the right hip flexor. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then take the left foot back, left knee next to the right knee, and bring the right foot forward next to the right hand. Slide the left knee back a little bit and connect with the stretch through the left hip. And then bring the right foot back to tabletop. And let's tuck our toes under, coming into downward dog. And then walk our feet as wide as we can get it. And then walk our hands underneath us into a wide-legged forward bend. Allow the crown of your head to point down to the mat. And have your feet wide enough so most of the weight is on the outside edge of your feet. And let's take a few deep breaths here in this inversion. If you want to make a little bit more intense stretch, you can fold your arms and notice the stretch through the hamstrings and lower back. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And then release your hands to the mat. Walk them forward a little bit, raise your chest and stretch your back. Heel toe your feet a little closer together. Nice little bend in your knees and slowly come up to standing. And give your body a little shake. And let's inhale, lift our arms up into mountain pose. And exhale, take our body to the side. Inhale to the center and exhale to the other side. You're getting a nice stretch through the side of the body. Just going from side to side. And then release your hands back. Let's take ourselves to the back of the mat for a warrior sequence. Pointing the left toes out slightly, step forward with the right. As you inhale, lift up through the chest, bring your arms up and lift up like you're reaching up with a beach ball and feel the stretch through the left hip. And then take the right hand forward, left hand back and reach out through the fingertips, keeping it really strong through the right leg. Squeezing the shoulders back a little. And then take the right hand behind you, lengthen out the right leg, clasp your hands behind your back. As you inhale, lift up through the chest and lift your hands off your back. So you feel a nice stretch through the right hamstring and also through the shoulders. And then inhale, come back up to standing. And we're going to take our right hand up in the air and slide the left hand down our back. Reaching up. You might feel a little creak through the spine. And then exhale, folding forward. And if you have a block, you can place the block next to your right leg, lengthening out the right leg, right hand on the block, and left hand lifting up, gazing up towards the left thumb, and opening up through the chest into triangle pose. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And then on the next exhalation, bring the left hand down to the mat and then slowly come back up to standing. Coming to the back of the mat again, and we'll take it to the other side. So we turn the right toes slightly out, step forward with the left. Inhale, lift our chest, raise our gaze, raise our arms. Bend the left knee over the left ankle, reaching up nice and high and connecting with the stretch through the right hip. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then take the left hand forward, right hand back, reaching out through the fingertips and nice and strong through the left thigh. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then take the left hand behind you, lengthen out the left leg, clasp your hands behind your back. And then as you inhale, lift up through the chest, lift your hands off your lower back. Humble warrior. And connecting with the stretch through the left hamstring and through the shoulders. One more breath. And then release your hands down to the mat. Place the left hand next to the left foot. If you have a block, you can use a block. And then inhale, lift up the right hand and open up through the chest, gazing up to the right thumb into triangle pose. And connect with the stretch through the left hamstring and the stretch through the chest as you take your right hand towards the back of the body. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat, come back up to standing. And this time we're going to raise our left hand, gazing up towards the left hand and slide the right hand down the back of the right leg. Just reaching up nice and tall for the stretch through the front of the body. And then release. Give your body a little shake. From here, we'll do a balancing pose. So let's open up the toes on the right foot and bring our left toe next to the right ankle, and then pick up the foot so it's either below the knee or above the knee. Find yourself a drishti point, and then let's come into tree pose. Bring the knee slightly towards the back of your body. Slowing down your breath. Just coming into a moment of stillness. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Notice the little stabilizers in your right foot and ankle, and then release the left foot to the ground. Give your legs a shake and spread the toes on the left foot and circle the left hip a little bit. Let's bring our right toes next to our left ankle and then lift up the foot either below or above the knee, taking the right knee out to the side. Come back to heart center with your hands and find your drishti point, and let's just enjoy a little bit of stillness. Two more breaths. And release, give your legs a little shake. Okay, so from here we're going to do a chair pose. So with the chair pose, let's take our feet about hip width apart, and we're going to inhale, bring our hands to heart center and come down into a low squat, having our chest up nice and tall. And let's keep it nice and strong through the thighs. Let's take 4 breaths here, keeping the chest up nice and tall. And then coming up to standing. And then from here, we're going to take it a little lower. So taking your feet out slightly lower. If you have something you can put under your heels to support you, that'd be good. And we're going to come down into a yogi squat. Yeah, that's it. Put a pillow or something under your heels, that will help. And then bringing your hands to heart center, allowing your heels to come down towards the floor, chest up nice and tall, using your elbows to push against your inside of your knees a little bit. And let's just take 4 nice, long, deep breaths here, connecting with the hip opening. And last breath. And then release your hands down to the mat and bring your knees down to the mat into tabletop. Just moving your hips in a circle, just releasing, just rinsing out the hips a little bit. And from here, we're going to go to pigeon pose. So we're going to bring our left knee forward and take our left foot to the right side of the mat, and then slide the right leg back a little bit. So we're coming into pigeon pose. This one, you'll connect with a stretch through the left glute. You can keep your hands on the mat and stay upright, or you can come down onto your forearms and relax into a slightly deeper pose. Let's take 4 deep breaths here. And as you exhale, allow yourself to surrender a little more into the pose. And last breath. Coming back up onto your palms, and then slide the left knee back. And this time we'll take the right knee forward and the right foot to the left side of the mat, and then slide the left leg back a little into pigeon pose. So you can be upright, or you can come down into your forearms. And I invite you to close your eyes and come back to your breathing and notice the stretch through the right glute. So these are really good to release any tension you have in the glute. That then helps to release any lower back niggles. Just take 2 more breaths here. And then come back up to tabletop. And let's take it into child's pose just to rinse out our hips. Bring the forehead down towards the mat, walking our fingertips a little forward. And just surrender into the pose, bring your forehead down. Just take a few breaths here. And last breath here. And then let's take ourselves onto our back, hug our knees up to our chest. And let's roll our hips in a circle, releasing any tension in the lower back. And then place our heels close to our buttocks on the mat. Bring our palms down to the mat. And let's inhale, lift up through the hips, press through the heels, and bring the palms underneath us in a clasp, like we did with Humble Warrior. Nodding our chin into our chest, lifting up through the hips as high as we can, squeezing the buttocks. Let's take a few breaths here into bridge pose. So this is a back bend. 2 more breaths. And then release your hands and slowly lower the spine down to the mat. Hug your knees to your chest to rinse out. Back bend with a forward bend. Okay, from here we're going to go into our legs up position. So you might like to have your legs up against a wall or a piece of furniture, or come into a shoulder stand. Whatever works for you. So let's inhale, lift our feet up. If you're coming into a shoulder stand, holding your hips in your hands and bring your elbows slightly together. Let's circle our ankles. Give your legs a little shake. And then take the feet out wide. So this is another inversion. These are great for your circulatory system and your lymphatic system and your immunity. Just circling your feet again in that wide position. And then bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. And then lifting your feet up above your head again. If you're in shoulder stand, you might like to take your feet over your head. Otherwise, leave them up in the air. This is into plow pose. Then release your hands to the mat. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then slowly lower your body down to the mat and come into a comfortable position for Yoga Nidra. It's pretty cold today, so if you have socks or a blanket, you might like to put that on so that you don't get cold. It's really important to be nice and warm. So when you've got all your nice warm gear, come into a comfortable position in Savasana. If you want to support your lower back, you can have something supporting under the knees, or you can have your knees bent, whatever feels comfortable for you. So you should be lying on your back with your knees slightly bent and supported. Make sure that you're warm enough and that your position is one that's comfortable for the duration of the Yoga Nidra practice. It's best that you remain still during Yoga Nidra so that both your body and your brain have a chance to fully relax. However, if you become uncomfortable, please feel free to change your position. Now allow your eyes to close and keep them closed until the practice has ended. The practice of Yoga Nidra is a practice of yogic sleep that will guide you to a hypnotic state, a state of consciousness between wakefulness and sleeping. Try to remain awake by listening to the sound of my voice. You'll be asked to move your awareness to various bodily sensations, emotions, and images. Try not to concentrate too intensely, as this may prevent you from relaxing. During this meditation, please use and absorb what you need in the moment and leave the rest behind. If the mind becomes overactive with thoughts and worries, just come back to the sound of my voice. Become aware of any sounds that you can hear in this moment. Nothing else but what you can hear without strain. Begin to focus on the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing radiate outward, searching out these distant sounds and following them for a few moments. Move your attention from sound to sound without labeling the source. Gradually bring your attention to closer sounds, to sounds outside your building, to sounds inside your building, to sounds inside your room. Without opening your eyes, visualize the four walls of the room that you're in, the ceiling, the floor, your body lying on the floor. Visualize your body lying on the floor, the position of your body, your clothes, your hair, your face. Become acutely aware of the existence of your physical body lying on the floor. Become aware of your natural breath. Become aware of your natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. The natural breath flows in through both nostrils. Notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. There's a sense of coolness as you breathe and inhale the air. Follow this feeling into your nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, into your lungs. There's a sense of warmth as you exhale the breath. Feel this warmth on your upper lip as you breathe out. The natural breath flows through both nostrils during the inhale and the exhale. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a long, slow inhalation, followed by a longer, slower exhalation. Make your exhale even slower. Notice the slight pause after the exhale. Slow inhale, even slower exhale, and pause. Feel the urge to breathe bubble up inside you. And when you need to inhale, please do so with a long, slow inhalation, followed by a longer, slower exhalation. And then pause where the body is neither breathing in nor out. Please continue breathing in this way. And now go back to a natural, easy breath, releasing any control over the inhale or the exhale. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. At this moment, you should make your resolution. The resolution should be a short, sharp, positive statement in simple language. Try to discover one naturally. Please state your resolution clearly and with awareness 3 times. The resolution you make during Yoga Nidra plants a seed in the fertile soil of your mind to bring about transformation and healing. Also say to yourself, I'm practicing Yoga Nidra, I'm awake and relaxed. We'll now begin a systematic journey of sensory awareness throughout the body. We'll move your awareness to different parts of your body as soon as you hear them named. Please say the name of the part of yourself and feel that part of your body, but do not move any part. The practice begins on the right side. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of your hand, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the hand, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, the whole body, the whole body. Now imagine the whole body becoming light, as though your body could float away from the floor towards the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso is light and weightless. The whole body is light and weightless. You are rising higher and higher away from the floor. Imagine your body becoming heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of the body. Each part is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. The head is heavy, The limbs are heavy. The torso is heavy. The whole body is heavy. So heavy that it's sinking down into the floor. Awaken the experience of cold in the body. The experience of chilly cold. Imagine being outside in winter without enough clothing. You feel this chill permeate your entire body. And now allow the sensation of warmth to spread throughout your entire body. Remember the feeling of heat in summer when you're out in the sun with no shade. You feel heat radiating onto your skin and heat all around the body. Recollect the experience of anxiety, intense anxiety and worry. Feel this stress in your mind and body, but do not concentrate on its source. Create the experience of anxiety as clearly as possible. And now allow the feeling of complete calm to envelope you. Manifest the experience of calm in your entire mind, body, and emotions. You are relaxed and aware. You're completely calm. Begin to concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyes. Imagine before you a transparent screen as though you're in the movie theater. The screen is as high and as wide as your eyes can see. Concentrate on this mind screen and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Colors, patterns, and light. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but do not become involved. Practice detached awareness only. If any subtle images make themselves known, simply notice them without directing the images. If thoughts occur, let them come and go, but continue watching the dark space. Continue this with detached awareness. Now a number of different things will be named, and you should envision them on the level of emotion, memory, and imagination as best you can. Jump from image to image as soon as you hear it. A peacock feather, Buddha meditating, a red desert, a good night's rest, a full moon, your reflection in a mirror, a foggy morning, sun shining overhead, a bouquet of flowers, a tall tree, receiving help from others, cool, clear water, a relaxing afternoon, laughing with friends, a warm embrace, burning candle, temple on a mountain, path in the woods, vibrant sunset, taking a deep breath, cat stretching, a beautiful garden path, your favorite song, the sound of my voice, your body lying on the floor. It's now time to repeat your resolution. Please repeat the same statement made at the beginning of the practice 3 times mentally now. Come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath, and at the same time, develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. Feel the container of your skin and the clothes and props that are touching you. Notice the heaviness of your body as it rests on the floor, and take your awareness into all parts that are touching the floor. The back of your heels, thighs, buttocks, shoulder blades, arms, hands, and head. Do not open your eyes yet, but visualize the surrounding room. Imagine where you are in the room and the other objects that are around you. Lie quietly until you feel ready to move. Start by slowly moving your hands and feet. Take your time, there's no hurry. When you're sure that you're fully awake, gently open your eyes and roll to one side. Stay on your side for a few more moments. And when you're ready, use your hands to come up from the floor, bring your head up last. Let's bring our hands to heart center. And one more little quote. Freedom is accepting life on life's terms. Surrender and accept what is rather than have expectations. Let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste, and thank you for your beautiful yoga practice and being together today.
Thank you. That was lovely as usual.
Oh, good. Glad you liked it. How did you go?